Hi everyone, this is Kristen with the Tech Reviewer, and today I'm here with the NAPA Crossbody Wallet Case for the iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. So this case is made of genuine leather with a pebbled texture. You've got a compartment here on the back that closes with a snap. It's going to hold 3 to 4 cards depending on thickness. There's a detachable crossbody strap, which is also adjustable. You got your choice of 2 different colors of hardware. You've got this silvery black as well as a gold color. And the case comes in 3 different colors of leather: brown, white, and black. Definitely a case to consider for fans of crossbody wallet cases. Let's take a closer look. So looking at our packaging, first impressions are quite positive. We've got good graphics. Everything looks quite nice. So looking at the contents of the box here for the 13 Pro Max version, here in the white leather. So we obviously have the case itself, and we have our crossbody strap. This is going to be adjustable between 48 inches and 54 inches, and it is ½ an inch wide. Looking in the interior of the case, we have a fabric lining, should be soft against the back of your phone, a little bit of branding here. This is quite a stiff case, almost no give to this at all. I would say we have polycarbonate construction on here, although they don't explicitly say. We do have apparently some air pockets in here, which should help with drop protection, although this case is not drop rated. Putting your phone in this case is really pretty easy. Just start on your left-hand side, put the left-hand side in, make sure that both the bottom and the top corners are in place, and then clip on your right-hand corners. Once on, we have a reasonably good fit on here. There's a bit of give over your buttons and your port openings, but not that much. Overall, I think that this is a decent fit. As far as the amount of lip you have protecting your screen, you do have a protective lip around here. It's not the highest I've seen, but definitely not the lowest. And of course, it would be higher if I didn't have a tempered glass screen protector in place. This is the FlowLab case compatible screen protector. Definitely fits just fine with this case. And again, if you didn't have this on here, you would definitely have a higher visible lip. Looking at our port openings, everything looks good. You've got asymmetrical port openings for an asymmetrical port design. You've also got plenty of space for mini third-party lightning cables, which is good because this case does not do terribly well with wireless charging. We've got our attachment points here for the detachable shoulder strap. It's nice that you can kind of fold them in so they're out of the way when the strap is detached. Going up the sides of the case, these are very slightly textured, got a little bit of grip here. You also have some grip with the textured leather on the back of the case. Overall, I don't think that this is a very slippery case, although I wouldn't call it grippy either. Going up here to our buttons, these are quite responsive, but they do have that slit button design, which makes buttons more responsive, but potentially allows dust or dirt to get in there, so be aware of that if you use your phone in dirty or dusty environments. Going up here to our mute switch, no issues in access. I think that most people will be able to access this without any problems. And looking at the view from the top, you can see we got a nice fit here. Really looks good here with this FlowLab case compatible screen protector. And then going to the side button, nice and responsive, just like the volume buttons. Looking at the back of the case, this is made of a genuine leather with a pebbled texture, has a reasonably nice look and feel, although I would not characterize this as a premium quality leather. It's rather mid-range. The pebbled texture does give this a little bit of grip, and I think that this should be reasonably scratch and fingerprint resistant, but of course it's leather, so you do have to be a little bit careful with it. As far as the amount of protection you have for your protruding camera, you have a little bit of a raised rim around here. And you definitely have lay on the table design, so no real issues there. Wireless charging is quite substandard with this. Even if you don't have any cards in here, it can be quite difficult to do wireless charging with this, at least in my experience. So I have 4 wireless chargers in my house, and 2 out of the 4, with very careful positioning, I was able to get this to charge, but the other 2, not so much. And with my MagSafe charger, I was not able to get any results at all. So if you're a big fan of wireless charging, that's something to take into consideration. So as far as card carrying is concerned, you've got a card compartment here on the back, closed with a snap. It's going to accommodate 3 to 4 cards. I personally found 4 cards to fit in here okay, but my cards are not that thick. If you have really thick cards, then you might be looking at 3. Once in there, you can see with 4 cards, you have a reasonably slim form factor. No real issues there. And then taking them out, they just slide back out. They have a tendency to whack up against that snap at the bottom, but you get used to that after a bit. Overall, I think it's a pretty good design. And finally, looking at our detachable strap, we've got metal hardware here with swiveling clips. You've got a choice of 2 colors on here, this silvery black or a gold. And the material here is also a genuine leather with a pebbled texture. It's 1/2 inch thick and adjustable from 48 to 54 inches. Attaching it onto the case is quite easy, snaps on with no issues. It's also quite easy to remove. Removing this case from your iPhone 13 Pro Max is relatively easy. Just start up in the top corner, push that off, go down to the bottom, push that off, and then take out your phone. Looking at the NAPA Crossbody Wallet Case for the iPhone 13 Pro, here in the brown leather version. Basically the same case. You got the same basically rigid construction, fabric lining, a little bit of Noemi branding here in the interior. No real differences here. This comes in the same color combos as the iPhone 13 Pro Max version. Putting your phone in here is pretty easy. Just slide in the one side. Make sure both the top and bottom corners are in place, and then clip on your other corners. Once on, I would say we have a little bit tighter fit than on the 13 Pro Max. Not as much give over your buttons, little tiny bit, but not much. Same is true here for our port openings. As far as the amount of lip is concerned, looks to me like we have a little bit less lip here to protect your screen, although you do still have lay on the table design. But this could be because I've got an edge-to-edge screen protector on here, so maybe it just looks like it's less, but I do actually think it's a little tiny bit less. But really nice fit here with the Flow Lab edge-to-edge screen protector. Again, tempered glass screen protector, really nice product. Looking down here at our port openings, we got the same asymmetrical port openings for an asymmetrical port design, which is great. Should be able to fit many third-party lightning cables here. And we have our attachment points for the crossbody strap. I really like the fact that they can be folded in out of the way. Overall, good design here. Going up the sides, got a little bit of texture here. It's the same sides as we were looking at on the 13 Pro Max. It doesn't have a sticky, rubbery feeling, kind of smooth and hard, but slightly textured. Buttons are quite responsive, no issues there. Easy mute switch access. Nice view here from the top. Again, not tons of lip, but you do definitely have lay on the table design. Good fit with the Flow Lab edge-to-edge screen protector. And then going over here to our side button, very clicky and responsive. Looking at the back of the case, we have the same genuine leather here on the back with a pebbled texture. Not a premium leather, kind of mid-grade, but okay. Looks nice and has a reasonable amount of grip to it. Should be reasonably fingerprint and scratch resistant, although of course being leather, you have to be a little bit careful with it. You do have sufficient protection here for your protruding camera. You got a raised rim around here, so you definitely have lay on the table design. And I'm happy to say that this case does considerably better with wireless charging than the iPhone 13 Pro Max version. Still a little bit tricky to get it positioned correctly on some wireless chargers, but overall I think it did well. However, you're definitely going to need to remove any cards from the card compartment before wireless charging, and this most definitely does not work with MagSafe charging. So speaking of our card compartment, this doesn't really want to accommodate 4 cards, at least for me. 3 cards seems to be the limit. There's a little bit less room on the 13 Pro version as opposed to the 13 Pro Max version. So when you slide these guys in, they just can't slide up quite as far. And once you get too many cards in here, they start whacking up against the snap, and then the snap won't stay closed. So 3, I had no problem closing it up, but I was running into trouble with 4. With 4, it just didn't want to close. So there is that. But again, if you are putting really thin cards in here, then it may work better. But with 3 cards, Snaps closed, no issues, and again, really does not add much thickness to the case. Removing them, just slide them out. There it is with one card. Really quite a nice way to carry your cards around. The strap for this case comes in a matching brown leather, also pebble textured, and it's adjustable between 48 and 54 inches long. Removing this case from your phone is not difficult. Start up in the top corner, press that off, go down to the bottom, press that off, and slide out your phone. And then finally, looking at the alternate version of the black leather case, you've got one here that has gold hardware. So you got a gold colored snap and gold colored attachment here for your strap. So the strap seems to work well overall, although I personally prefer the silvery black color hardware to the gold. I think the gold looks a little bit cheap. You do have a nice little swivel on here that works quite well for your crossbody strap. And then as far as our buckle is concerned, we got the same gold coloration, attractive design here, and our strap overall is adjustable between 48 and 54 inches. Again, we've been looking at the NAPA Crossbody Wallet Case for iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. This case is available directly from NAPA as well as from Amazon.com, and it has an MSRP of $79.99 for both case sizes. So there's a total of 4 different color options to choose from. You've got black with black hardware, black with gold hardware, white with black hardware, and brown with black hardware. Many thanks to the kind folks at NAPA for sending me out these samples to review. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments section below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And please do consider subscribing to my channel because I have a lot of iPhone 13 series accessory reviews coming up. Again, this is Kristen with the Tech Reviewer. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.